Mhm. There is one more missing here.
Yeah, Lavanya and Suganya may not attend today to.
Okay.
Okay, Lavanya may join, but Suganya won't be joining today.
Okay. So what about yesterday's session? Everybody is having a problem. Were you able to complete it?
Mahesh, I have a doubt.
Okay. Yes.
Uh, in WebDriver, can't we give a DOM value?
You can. Why not?
But I could see only CSS selector ID, tag name, XPath. I couldn't get a DOM.
Which one? Which example are you talking about? This?
Yeah, same mail register. For username, we have to give DOM is available. So when I try to give DOM value, it's not giving.
How are you giving your DOM values?
Find element by DOM.
Okay. So inside that, what is the value you are giving?
I'm not getting the DOM only. We'll be giving right by ID or XPath CSS selector. DOM and
No, you will not get DOM over there.
okay.
I'll tell you.
For username, when we give CSS selector, it's not accepting.
So you are giving the tag name properly.
Yes, Mahesh.
What are the tag names? It is input.
Input dot register name.
Okay. Oh, here I'm making a presentation. Gita, I see two IDs on your name. Is it?
Yeah, capital G. Mahesh. Hi, Mahesh.
So here, who is this?
Yeah, this is Lavanya.
Yeah, Lavanya.
Yeah. This is I've given Mahesh.
Okay. CSS selector input or video username. Okay.
Yeah. Shall I run it?
So it's not only just video username, right? I mean, you need to give indexes also.
Yeah.
Index for project.
Yes. Once I'm running it, Mahesh.
Yeah. Open your console.
Just a minute. Can you see Mahesh?
It says invalid element state. Scroll to your right side here. Okay. Come back to your program. an input tag only, right?
Yes, Mahesh.
Use your XPath here, and I think please come back to Eclipse. Come back to Eclipse.
Okay.
And let's see its name there. Okay. Why don't we try it with an XPath?
Okay.
We'll build an XPath there. Instead of the input.ready username,
Okay.
remove that. Remove the property use by.xpath. Come back to Eclipse. Oh. Remove that input.ready username. Okay. By.xpath. Two forward slashes. So don't copy that. I will tell you next part.
Okay.
We'll write manually. Till now we were not writing XPath manually, right?
Yeah.
So, two forward slashes. Then we have to give input, the tag name. Give square brackets, braces, not the curly ones. Inside those, we need to write the name, @name, because that's a property form, right? @name is equal to, in single quotes, in open close single quotes, ready username. After two brackets, you need to give an index. After the square brace, after the normal brackets,
Okay.
here. Open two square brackets and then give index 3 or 2. At the end, use dot click. There should be one more extra. You should close it one more. One more should be closing out here. If you open one more example, no, see, inside the text path, you need to open one more. There are right in the front.
Where, Mahesh?
The X path,
Okay.
before the two slashes, give a bracket here.
Square bracket?
Normal brackets, normal.
Okay.
Okay. And before that click method, give one more. That closes this. Semicolon. Save. Try running this. Come back to correction. Okay. Close all your browsers. Close Chrome and everything. Okay, give me mouse control once.
Yeah. I've given you, Mahesh.
Yeah, I got it. Name is small. Dot name is I believe it was not one of my head.
Hello, hello, Mahesh.
Hello?
Yes, Mahesh.
Hello?
This is Lavanya. Hello.
Yeah,
Can you-
Lavanya.
Yeah.
What happened to that? I am not able to hear you.
We can hear you, Mahesh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Geeta, can you please change the browser? Instead of Chrome, can you please change IE or Firefox?
Okay, Mahesh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's the problem in the browser refresh. What you can
Okay.
do is Mm, so can you go back and run Chrome? Probably right, and because these browsers will not move us back to the object values, so that will miss out those original values and you cannot run them.
When I'm running other programs in Chrome, I could get them.
Yeah, indexes sometimes browsers will miss out with indexes.
Okay.
And you can run it here.
Shall I run it on Chrome?
Yes, yes. Whatever. See, the reference is missing. It's waiting for that to handle.
Yes, only on Chrome.
Can you please try it on IE also?
Okay.
Yes, it's not here.
Yes.
References might be missing out. Because nothing much.
Okay.
This is what happens here. So everybody are with me?
Yes, Mahesh.
Swapna?
Yes, Mahesh.
When you are doing the recursion, if it fails in such kind of browser, it's not a failure. It's nothing like browser compatibility.
Okay.
Object references in a website are missing out, but it is working on a Firefox browser. It doesn't mean that there is some debug, there is some error or some bug in the application or a defect in the
Mahesh? Mahesh?
Yeah.
There's an echo of your sound.
Okay. Echo of my voice. Can you all please press mute on your machines once, then tell me, is the echo coming out?
Now it's clear, Mahesh.
Now
Actually.
it's okay, Mahesh.
Yeah. Somebody's audio jack is giving this echo here. Okay. No, what I was saying is, whenever there is an issue on some browsers and not on all the browsers, then it doesn't mean that there is a defect in the application. It means there is a, that's called as a index or memory usage problem. That means the index of an object is missing during the runtime, even though you give a breathing time. See, Geeta has given almost like a 6,000 milliseconds before she started selecting that radio button, and after that she's again giving 6,000 milliseconds. So that's a huge breathing time. Even then, the object is not turning up, and application is waiting for that object, and it's not selecting in other browsers. The indexes are missing in the browsers, and then that's not a problem at all. Okay.
Okay.
So that cannot be considered as a tick. Got it? So
Yes.
if you are clear, then we'll start up with J unit today.
Okay.
So now I want to ask every one of you. We have done some programs on TestNG. Can you all tell me what are all the annotations in TestNG? List of annotations in test.ng.
Before method, after method.
Okay.
Before seat and
Before
after seat.
suit, before test, before class, before method.
Okay. So somebody wrote test. What is the test annotation? What is the mandatory annotation in all of this?
Test annotation.
Yes. At the rate test annotation.
Yeah.
What happens if I don't give test annotation? No. What happens if I don't give at the rate test annotation?
It will not take that method.
Automatically created in class, it will not take the method. Then what do you mean by saying it will not take the method?
Like it will not run that method.
Just the method or the class?
The class.
Class.
Sure.
Yes.
Mahesh, but if even we don't give, it is automatically created, right? So
When you go through a wizard, it is automatically created. Now see, there is a
yeah.
program here called mailregister.java in my Eclipse. I
Yes,
want to
yes.
convert this into test.ng program.
Okay.
What is the minimum changes that I have to do? Now here this will not come automatically, right?
Okay.
I have to make additions, annotations, add annotations to my .java program. Then only I can convert this into test.ng.
Okay.
So for such kind of programs, if I want to change them into test.ng program, what should I do? This is an example here. What all annotations should I have to add? So there is a method called open URL.
Yes.
What annotations follows this? When does this open URL come into picture here? When is this used? When is this used inside the class?
To open an URL.
Okay, when is that used? First or second or third?
First, Mahesh.
First,
Okay, so I told you that the day when we had discussed, I told you about the annotation sequence. So if it is a first method coming in the sequence, what is the annotation that I have to use?
Seat.
before test,
Before seat.
Okay, before test, okay.
Okay.
And for this one, the other annotation, I'm sorry, the other method, register method.
it's before class,
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I want everyone to talk on this, please. Please message me on the IM here. Everybody, please. I want the sequence of annotations. Open URL, okay, at the rate before test. Okay, for register, for main method.
Method. Before method.
Before method, okay. Now, what about main method? Which annotation follows main method? Hello?
Mahesh, actually, this one to allocate annotations to this program, I didn't understand because I think I missed one class in between.
No big deal, Lavanya. It's not nothing like there are only two methods in this, right? Geeta, you gave control to me, right, Geeta?
no Mahesh.
No, I have it.
Okay.
Okay, see, Lavanya, for you, I'm saying there are three methods inside this. Okay. Now, each method has its own name.
Yes.
Okay. If I want to change this into annotated methods, what I need to do is I have to add annotations in front of all these methods.
Okay.
Okay. Now, while I'm doing this, I know the sequential execution flow of my program. That means first it starts with open URL, then register.
Yes.
Now I want to add annotations to this so that it will be converted into a test-ng program, a framework-related program. Now I know about annotations. I know about the sequence of the annotations. What comes after what.
Okay.
Accordingly, you all tell me what is the annotation that I have to use for open URL? What is the annotation that I have to use for register? What is the annotation that I have to use for main method?
Open URL is before test
Okay.
and register is before
Method.
class.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. And what about main method?
Mm,
Before method.
Before method for main method? Okay, that was from Gita. Swapna?
Yes, Mahesh.
Annotations, please. Name the annotations for all these methods. What is the annotation you give for open URL?
Before test,
Okay. For register?
register is before method.
Okay. For main method?
Before class.
Okay. Excellent. And Lavanya?
Yes, Mahesh. For open URL before test, but I didn't know what about the register and main method because
Okay.
I'm not clear. So only
I
one.
understand. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Sweta?
Yeah, Mahesh. For open URL, it's before test.
Mm-hmm.
For register, it's before class, and for main method, it's before method. I'm guessing this.
Okay. Let me open one test ng program here. Here is my. Okay. No, just now you all told at the rate test is a mandatory one. So where is my test annotation? Nobody told about my test annotation. Because at the rate test is a mandatory annotation, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Mahesh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nobody talked
actually,
about at the rate test annotation.
I think for open URL, it's test annotation. At the rate test annotation.
Okay. Now what about register? See,
Register.
according to your understanding, what are all these methods here? What is open URL doing?
It's
It's
opening
opening
the
Opening the browser.
Okay. What is register doing?
uh,
Completing the registration process in my web
yes.
page.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now when I say register, register is my original test case.
Yes.
Open URL is just an aiding factor for completing the registration process.
Mahesh, echo is coming out, Mahesh.
Okay, yeah, please everyone mute yourself, or else I'll mute. Hang on. Yeah, thanks everyone. So I was talking about open URL. Open URL is a method which is a aiding factor for my registration process, because without the page being opened, I cannot complete my registration process. So it's just an creating the environment. So for that reason, we use before test. Got it. But register is an actual test case which I want to execute for completing my registration. So for register, it is not before class or before method. It will be at the rate test annotation for register. For open URL, it will be at the rate before test. Okay. register it would be direct test. Now, by questioning all of you, I came to know that you couldn't understand what annotations are. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please here, be fair enough.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh.
Everybody? Okay,
Yes,
awesome.
Mahesh.
Thanks for being fair enough here. I know, Lavanya, I'm repeating again. Don't worry. With you all. But please expect everyone to answer me on tomorrow once I'm completing this, okay?
Okay, Mahesh.
Okay.
Do you remember the sequence or execution of annotations?
Yes, Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh.
Can anybody help me out in doing that? What is the first annotation in the sequence?
Shoot.
Let me run this first thing. Okay? Test_ng underscore first is the class which I have created for letting you know the sequence. Okay. Once I yes, and just give me a minute. I'll run this program, which will give you the sequence. Okay. Here you go. Test_ng test. There we go. My annotations listing is up here. What was the first one? Before suite, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then comes
Before test.
right? See, I'm following that output because this is how you will start reading. Okay. Before class, before method,
Method.
and then comes test.
Test.
And while closing, it will be also following the same chronological order.
Before
It's
method.
After method.
You'll see here after suite. Here. Here is my after suite. Okay. So this is my execution flow or the sequence of my annotations execution. The first comes before suite, before test, before class, before method, and then comes my test. Now, before suite is nothing but a set of classes which has to be executed on the functional flow. Okay, before test, Do you understand what these are doing here? Every annotation is, excepting @test annotation, every annotation is setting up your environment for running or letting your test case or @test annotation to smooth or to run smoothly. Okay? No. All of these, like before suite, before test, before class, and before method, are such kind of annotations which will be helping you as an aiding factor to execute your original test case, which is inside @test annotation. Your actual functional testing will be inside @test annotation always. So if you want to do something before this all starts, or if you want to do something before the original test case starts, or if you have some requirements before the test case starts, you will write those requirements inside any one of these annotations. Okay, for example, here in this Eclipse, to complete my registration process, I need my browser to be opening a URL with mail.in.com, right? So for that purpose, we wrote it inside before test. It is my mail register here. Okay, see this? Now this is my original test case. To complete my registration process, I need a browser with a URL called mail.in.com. Then only I can go ahead and perform my actions inside that browser. Without this browser being opened, I cannot run my test case. So this is a prerequisite before completing my original test case. So that's the reason I wrote it inside before test. Why is that I didn't wrote it inside before class or before method or before suite? Before suite is a combination of classes. If you want, or if you understand that there are certain list of classes to be executed one after the other, inside which you will have methods and everything, you will write all of them inside before suite. Okay, before class means even after the class started, if we want to do something, there is something like database connectivity or something, I will go for before class annotation, but this method invocation is inside my class. So that is the reason I didn't wrote it inside before class. Before method, these are not independent methods. There are like group of methods. So if it is an independent method, I could have written it inside before method. So that's the reason I haven't included before method. And I wrote it inside before test. Reason is, before my original test case get executed, I want to run or open a browser with a specific URL. Then I will start my test case annotation. Got it? That is how we decide which annotation to choose on a specific execution criteria. Am I clear so far, everyone? Hello?
Mahesh, can you repeat it once, Mahesh?
Oh, yeah, somebody asked for repeating.
Yes, Mahesh.
Hello?
This is Shweta here.
I am not able to hear your voice here. Where is that? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Shweta?
Yes,
Shweta,
Mahesh.
is it you?
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Yeah, but you tell me.
Can you repeat it once, Mahesh?
Sure.
Yeah.
See, annotations are a prerequisites to perform your test case in a step-by-step process here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
@test annotation is the primary annotation which will have your original test case execution or the functional flow testing. So for performing that, you will need a set of environments. So to set up this environment, you need the help of other annotations, like before test. I wrote it inside before test because I didn't wrote this browser launching in before suite, before method, and before class. I wrote it inside before test only because before suite annotation is the one which helps you to run more number of classes or more number of .java files. Suite is nothing but a combination of classes or .java files. So here there isn't any combination as such. We want to execute only one class file and we want to run it against a test case. So that is the reason I haven't included it inside before suite. Before class. Before class is an annotation which is supposed to be executed before the class gets started. So when there is a sequential flow inside the class, I'm not doing anything outside the class. So that's the reason I didn't use it before class annotation.
Okay.
Before method. Here there are two methods which needs to be followed one after the other. It's not only one method. So I couldn't concentrate or I couldn't give some information inside before method because before method always concentrates executing your file before a method gets starts. No, that's not the way here. No, this is completely a test. So before my test gets starts, I want to run a browser with a URL. So there is an annotation called at before test annotation, and I use it at before test annotation for this purpose, which is setting up my environment before I complete my registration process.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Understood why we used before test annotation instead of the other three?
Yes, Mahesh.
Everyone?
Yes, Mahesh.
Now, everybody told that main method also be preceded with an annotation. Please here correct yourself. There will not be a main method at all in any framework related code. We will execute, we will remove main method. See in this test engine underscore first, do you see any main method here?
No, Mahesh. Yeah.
See, please, everybody remember this. Everybody told that you will have a main method and annotation for the main method. No main method inside frameworks. Main method is replaced with these annotations.
Okay.
Annotations are, see, normally in a .java file, main method is the starting point. But here it is an annotation which is getting started.
Mhm.
So no need of a main method in my framework related classes. Okay?
Okay.
Now when we come back to main register.java, I really don't know why echo is coming here. Somebody has to mute from there on because it's from.
Now it's
There's an
clear,
echo.
Mahesh.
I understand, but you are giving me messages saying you are getting an echo, right? Thanks, Ronnie. Okay. See here in this current main register.java, I don't want a main method. So this is not the one wherein I have to execute it. Just comment this. No need of main method in my framework code. Okay. Now here is my register and my open URL. So for my register, I have @test annotation. Let's import it. See, how do we add annotations? We just import them. We'll write the annotation in front of the method name and function name, and then import this test ng annotation. Okay, insert before test. I'll just import the annotation also. Now I'm done. I don't have to execute anything more here. Just right click on my class. Say run as test. See that? Without main method, just by adding an annotation, it is working. See that, everyone?
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Yes, Mahesh.
So this is the power of annotations here. Annotations are the starting points in any framework. Without annotations, framework code will not run at all. And please remember annotations list. In TestNG, you will have these set of annotations which we have written in the notepad. But when it, yeah. Shweta, is that you?
No, Mahesh.
Your voice coming as an echo, Mahesh.
Okay. Yeah, please. I'm commenting everyone. I'm sorry. I'm muting everyone here.
Muted.
Please let me know. Are you hearing an echo now? Okay. Can we continue in this phase? If somebody wants to talk, please message me in the IM. I will unmute or you can unmute yourself also. Not an issue. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Now I was talking about annotations here. Annotations are the strongest points that we can handle our test case execution flow. We can control our test case execution flow with the help of annotations. So these are the list of annotations that we work with TestNG. Now hopefully you all remember what we did in TestNG when we started with TestNG annotation in this. TestNG first, TestNG second, testng.xml file. So this is my TestNG first.
Yeah.
I'll open TestNG second. These are the two which we have written. So normally we added up all these annotations before test annotations, And it is not mandatory that you have to use all the annotations. You can even use one single annotation, but the default one should always be @test only. Okay. And moreover, if you want to use these annotations as a sequential flow, this is how you use. I have given an example, a small example for TestNG first. This is how we use. This is created using a TestNG class wizard. Where is it available? I'll right click on my project. Okay, I'll say new. Instead of selecting a class here, I'll go to other. See, normally we select this class here, right? Now, instead of that, I'll go to other. Here I have a folder called TestNG. Here it is. Inside which I'll have TestNG class. Here is my TestNG class. Okay. I click on next. Now this will ask me for which annotations that I have to use. See, here are my annotations. So I will select one annotation or two annotations, whichever I need. Or if you want all the annotations, you can select all the annotations. Then click on finish. This class will be created for you, the one which you are seeing on the behind. This one. So that day what I have did is I have added some system.out.println messages to see what are all messages and what are the sequence of these outputs will be. I have given all the set of annotations at a time and executed them at a time. So this was the output. So the sequential flow of annotations is implemented. Okay. So we have changed it. Anyhow, the format is this one. Before suite, before test, before class, before method, test annotation, and then after method, after class, after test, and after suite. How is the annotations are open? It will be closing in the sequential order only. So there won't be any changes in this order. This order will always be the same. You have to choose which annotation to use according to your requirement, or else you will not be able to work on annotations. Please, if somebody didn't understand anything, let me know. I will repeat it back for you. Hang on here, I'll unmute because I feel that I'm anonymously talking on. Okay.
Unmuted.
There. Everyone?
Mahesh,
Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm here.
thing is like when we are testing any some page or something, so how come to when to use which annotation? Like what is
When to use which annotation?
like before, so among this, how to use one?
Okay.
Like
So that's what
I'm not getting the part. Like you are saying, like you have to choose according to your choice, whether you have to use before test or before class, before method. It's our choice, right? According to our need.
Yeah, exactly. So it's completely up to your discretion whether to use an annotation at what point of time. If you understand the functionality of the application completely, see, this is a best example. In Eclipse register, see, this register is a best example here, mail register. See, mail register, we have two different functions, right? So each and every independent function needs an execution flow, which has to be followed by opening a URL and then registration process. Okay?
Okay.
Is this the one? No. Okay, here is my register function, right? This is a class which is executed in a sequential flow when I know before executing my test case flow or before completing the registration process, the actual functionality of my test case, I need a browser and a URL. So that is the reason we have used an open method and gave an annotation called @before test. Now you can also give before suite or before method. See, it's not that you cannot give. See, I'll just change this. See, here it is before suite here. Okay.
Okay.
I'll import before suite also. I'll just click on import. Everybody, are you with me? Please concentrate here.
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay, I have given before suite annotation instead of before test. Okay, I'll just right click on this and say run as. Let me close this IE. Okay, I'll just right click on this and say run as test ng test. Okay, see what happens. Is it opening IE? It has opened IE for me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go and give before class annotation. See, the functionality is going on. I'll just close this. Come back here. Now instead of before suite, I'll give before class. Okay, let's import before class also. This will also run your program properly. No hassles. This will also open your browser with a URL. There you go. Got it? So it means that you can use any annotation at any point of time. No hassles, no restrictions. But according to your discretion, you know, or you have to decide where does this particular requirement fall under. Is this pertaining to a single test case? If it is a single test case, always go for before test annotation. If it is with multi-test cases, always go for before suite annotation. If it is only with a single class, use before class annotation. If it is only with a single method, use before method annotation. That's simple. Name itself suggests everybody, right? See, it says, I have to do something before a method is completed or before a method is executed. Go ahead, use before method annotation. I have to do something and I have to connect it to a database before a class is start. Go ahead, use before class annotation. Write the code for connecting to your database. Now I have to set up the environment before the entire suite is started. Use before suite annotation. That is how it is. So no hassles. You can use any annotation at any point of time. Every annotation which is starting with before will be executed before the test is executed. Please remember that. Here is the list of my annotations, right? Before this test annotation starts, okay, all of these annotations, if you declare before method, before class, before test, before suite, these all will be executed. Whatever you give, even if you give in an in-ordered manner, if you give before, you give at the rate test first and then at the rate suite after. See, here is my at the rate test annotation, right? Sequence doesn't even matter. I'll just remove this before class annotation here. Just remove this. I'll give it later after at the rate test annotation. Sequence also doesn't even matter. Declaration of the annotation sequence. You save this, run it back again. See, it works in a normal case, no change at all. Means test engine knows which annotation to execute first and then later. There is a sequence which will be followed at every point of time. That will not be changed at all, even if you give it in a disordered manner. Okay? Are we clear so far, everyone? Shweta, Swapna, Lavanya,
Yes,
Geeta?
Mahesh. Yes, it's clear, Mahesh.
Can I ask some questions?
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, I'm asking questions then. Why is that we are not giving main method? I want answers from everyone, please. We are not giving main method in a framework code. Why is that so?
Mahesh,
Yes, yes.
it's echo.
Echo. Why is this echo leaving? Yeah, please. Let me do one thing. Geeta, can you please mute yourself? Or else I'll mute. Geeta, you take control and mute yourself, dear. Let's find out where is this echo coming from. Okay, there is no echo now. Well, that's weird. Oh, you are already muted, Geeta. Okay. 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 The question is, there is no echo now, right? Okay. Question is, why is that we are not using main method inside a framework code? Please message me, everyone. I want message from everyone. Why is that we are not using main method inside framework related code, whether we be TestNG or JUnit? Hope you all are writing here. Okay, because we are using from the program
To work beyond the control, like beyond the condition.
Okay. Okay, let me read this. Because we are using annotations. Okay, fair enough. Because annotation perform the program in correct sequence. Okay. Perform the correct sequence. Okay. What was Geeta saying? Method directly. Okay. Swapna, what about you? Swapna? Swapna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mahesh. Yeah, I was typing, so
I got your message. It will work beyond condition. Okay. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not satisfied with these answers yet. I believe that I haven't conveyed this annotation clearly to you. Okay. Everyone, do you understand Telugu? Who doesn't understand Telugu in the group? Okay. No, Lavanya don't understand. Okay. Geeta, yes. I don't know. Raj says yes. Okay. And Lavanya can't understand. Swapna, what about you here?
yes, I replied, Mahesh.
Oh, you did? Okay. Oh, Lavanya, you're the one. Lavanya, do you understand Hindi? Little. Which language do you know here? Where are you from? Tamil. Good gods, yeah. I have to attend Tamil classes now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know Tamil here. Okay. Okay. Lavanya, give me 5 minutes. I'll get back to you. Okay. Give me 5 minutes, dear. Please don't mind. Okay. For Geeta, Swapna, and Sweta. Hello.
Yes,
Please
Mahesh.
everyone unmute and talk here.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lavanya, just give me 5 minutes. I'll get back to you. Okay. సో ఫర్ 3 of you, మనం ఈ అనోటేషన్స్ ఎందుకు వాడతామంటానండి, ఏదైనా ఒక సీక్వెన్స్ లో మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలని అనుకున్నప్పుడు ఒక కంట్రోల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అనేది ఒక మెయిన్ మెథడ్కే కాకుండా అన్నిటికీ ఉండేటట్టుగా చేయడానికి అనోటేషన్స్ వాడారండి. ఇప్పుడు మన జావా క్లాసెస్ లో మెయిన్ మెథడ్ ఉంటే కంట్రోల్ కంప్లీట్ గా మెయిన్ మెథడ్ లోనే ఉంటుంది. మనం మెయిన్ మెథడ్ రాయకపోతే అసలు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు ప్రోగ్రామ్. అలాంటప్పుడు మెయిన్ మెథడ్ మీద డిపెండెన్సీ ఎందుకు ఉంచటం? అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద మెయిన్ మెథడ్ మనకి కంట్రోల్ ఉండాలి. అంటే ప్రతి సీక్వెన్స్లో ఒకసారి నేను డేటాబేస్ కనెక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత నా ప్రోగ్రామ్ రన్ అవుతుంది, లేదు ఒకసారి నాకు బ్రౌజర్ ఓపెన్ అయితే కానీ నా ప్రోగ్రామ్ రన్ అవుతుంది, లేదు నా మెథడ్ ఓపెన్ అయ్యి రన్ అయితే తప్పించి నా టెస్ట్ కేస్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఇట్లాంటి డిపెండెన్సీస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు దేనికి దాన్ని సపరేట్ చేసేసారు. సపరేట్ చేసి ఒక్కొక్క ప్రాసెస్కి ఒక్కొక్క పేరు పెట్టారండి. ఆ ప్రాసెసెస్లో వచ్చినవే బిఫోర్ మెథడ్, బిఫోర్ క్లాస్, బిఫోర్ స్వీట్, బిఫోర్ టెస్ట్. సో నా టెస్ట్ కేసు రన్ అయ్యే ముందు @టెస్ట్ అనేది అన్నిటికీ మూలం అండి. అది ఎట్లా అంటే ఈ టెస్ట్ కేసు రన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఒక ఫంక్షనాలిటీని మొత్తాన్ని తీసుకెళ్లి @టెస్ట్ లోపలే ఉంచుతాం మనం. ఏ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ అయినా మనం టెస్ట్ చేయాలనుకున్న ఫంక్షనాలిటీని, ఆ టెస్ట్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే దానికి కావాల్సిన అవసరాలు ఏంటి, దానికన్నా ముందు నాకు కావాల్సిన నీడ్స్ అండ్ నెసెసిటీస్ ఏంటి, సో దట్ ఈ టెస్ట్ కేసు స్మూత్ గా రన్ అవుతుంది. దానికోసం కంట్రోల్ ఏం చేశారంటే తీసుకెళ్లి అన్నిట్లోనూ ఏ అనోటేషన్ కావాలంటే ఆ అనోటేషన్ లో మీ ఇష్టం వచ్చిన చోట మీరు వాడండి అని చెప్పి 4 అనోటేషన్స్ ఇచ్చారు ముందు మనకి @టెస్ట్ ముందు. సో వాటిలో ఫస్ట్ వచ్చింది బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ అనోటేషన్. స్వీట్ అంటే కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ క్లాసెస్ అండి. మోర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ క్లాసెస్ కంబైన్ టుగెదర్ వి కాల్ దెమ్ యాజ్ ఎ స్వీట్. సో అన్ని క్లాసెస్ ఒక్కసారిగా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలి అన్న ఇంటెన్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మన టెస్ట్ కేసులో మనం స్వీట్ అనోటేషన్ వాడతాం @స్వీట్. సో ఇక్కడ మనం మోర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ క్లాసెస్ వాడట్లేదు, ఒక్క క్లాసే వాడుతున్నాం. అందుకని మనం బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ అనోటేషన్ యూజ్ చేయలేదు. కమింగ్ టు బిఫోర్ క్లాస్, ఈ అనోటేషన్ మనం ఈ టెస్ట్ కేసు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసేటప్పుడు, రిజిస్టర్ ప్రాసెస్ అనే టెస్ట్ కేసు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసేటప్పుడు క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయ్యే ముందు నేను చేయాల్సిన పని ఏమీ లేదు నాకు. ఎందుకంటే అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్కోప్ నాకేం లేదు, డేటాబేస్ కనెక్టివిటీ కానీ అట్లాంటివి ఏం లేవు. క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత కూడా నేను బ్రౌజర్ని ఓపెన్ చేయొచ్చు. అందుకని బిఫోర్ క్లాస్ అనోటేషన్ వాడలేదు నేను. కమింగ్ టు బిఫోర్ మెథడ్, మెథడ్ ఏంటంటే ఇండిపెండెంట్ అనోటేషన్స్ కి బ్రేకప్స్ ఇస్తూ ఒక్కొక్క మెథడ్ ని ఒక్కొక్క సీక్వెన్స్ లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళినప్పుడు బిఫోర్ మెథడ్ వాడతాం. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఇక్కడ రిజిస్టర్ అనే మెథడ్ ఉంది, ఓపెన్ URL అనే మెథడ్ ఉంది. గీత ఒక్క నిమిషం ఎక్లిప్స్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తున్నానండి. గీత ఒకసారి ఎక్లిప్స్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలండి. ఓకే, ఐ గాట్ ఇట్ హియర్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ యానోటేషన్స్ లో నాకున్న మెథడ్స్ 2 మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఏవి? రిజిస్టర్ అనే మెథడ్ ఒకటి, ఓపెన్ URL అనే మెథడ్ ఒకటి. సో ఈ మెథడ్స్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా రన్ అయిపోతాయండి యానోటేషన్స్ అటాచ్ చేయంగానే. ఈ మెథడ్స్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యే ముందు నేను చేయాల్సిన పని ఏమీ లేదు. అందుకని బిఫోర్ మెథడ్ లో కూడా నేనేం రాయలే. అదే రీజన్ తప్పించి వేరే రీజన్ ఏమీ లేదండి ఆ యానోటేషన్స్ 3 వాడకపోవటానికి. మీరు ఏ యానోటేషన్ కావాలంటే ఆ యానోటేషన్ వాడేసేయచ్చు మీరు. ఎందుకంటే @టెస్ట్ యానోటేషన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యే ముందు ఈ యానోటేషన్స్ అన్ని రన్ అవుతాయి. మీరు వాటిని డిక్లేర్ చేస్తేనే. డిక్లేర్ చేయకపోతే అవి అసలు పిక్చర్ లోకే రావు. మీరు డిక్లేర్ చేస్తే ఫస్ట్ స్వీట్ యానోటేషన్ వస్తుంది, ఇదే సీక్వెన్స్. బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ వస్తుంది, చూడండి, బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ అనోటేషన్ వస్తుంది, తర్వాత బిఫోర్ టెస్ట్ వస్తుంది, తర్వాత బిఫోర్ క్లాస్ వస్తుంది, తర్వాత బిఫోర్ మెథడ్ వస్తుంది. ఈ సీక్వెన్స్ లోనే రన్ అవుతాయి. సో ఈ సీక్వెన్స్ ఫాలో అవ్వాలా మహేష్ అంటే నో, దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ నీడెడ్. మీకు కావాల్సిన అనోటేషన్ మీరు చూస్ చేసుకుని దాంట్లో మీకు కావాల్సిన కోడ్ రాసేసుకోండి. దాంట్లో ఒక మెథడ్ ని డిఫైన్ చేసి ఇలా ఒక మెథడ్ ని డిక్లేర్ చేసి దాంట్లోనే ఆ కోడ్ రాసేసుకుంటే మీకు సీక్వెన్స్ లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిపోతుంది కోడ్. అర్థమైందండి ఇప్పుడు? హలో,
Yes, Mahesh.
Yes.
don't tell me you didn't heard here.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Yeah. Okay. Even we can take both under @test. Yeah, you can take అండి. నేను ఒక మాట చెప్తాను వినండి. ఇప్పుడు Lavanya, I'm really sorry dear. I'll get back to you for sure. Give me some more time. Just few minutes, Lavanya. Thank you. నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఓపెన్ URL అనే మెథడ్ ఉందండి. ఓకేనా? దీనికి నేను బిఫోర్ క్లాస్ అనే అనోటేషన్ ఇవ్వట్లా. అసలు అనోటేషన్ లేదు నాకు ఓపెన్ URL. ఓకే, కానీ @టెస్ట్ అనేది మ్యాండేటరీ అనోటేషన్ కాబట్టి దాని లోపల నేను ఏ మెథడ్ ఇచ్చినా రన్ అయిపోతుంది. దీనికి ఏం చేస్తాను, ఈ @టెస్ట్ లోపల ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఓపెన్ URL రన్ అవ్వాలంటే @టెస్ట్ లోపల ఓపెన్ URL అని రాస్తున్నాను. L is capital. నా ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటంటే ఈ యానోటేషన్స్ రన్ అయ్యే ముందు నాకు ఏ యానోటేషన్స్ అవసరం లేదు. నాకు టెస్ట్ యానోటేషన్ ఒక్కటే ఉంటే సరిపోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే అదే ఒక మ్యాండేటరీ యానోటేషన్ నా టెస్ట్ కేసు రన్ అవడానికి. సో నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా దీన్ని ఇలా వాడేసేయచ్చు ఓపెన్ URL. నేను నేమ్ లో కొంచెం తప్పు ఇచ్చేటప్పటికి ఎర్రర్ చూపించిందండి. URL లో నేను L స్మాల్ లెటర్ ఇచ్చాను, ఇమీడియట్ గా తప్పు చూపించేస్తాను చూడండి. ఇదే అంటే ఆ మెథడ్ లేదు బాబు అని ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా తిడుతుంది. క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్ ఉంది నాకు URL లో, అందుకని L ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇట్ గెట్ సాటిస్ఫైడ్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ లైక్ నేమింగ్ కన్వెన్షన్ అండి. నేను ఇట్లా డైరెక్ట్ గా నా మెథడ్ ఇలాగే కాల్ చేసేయచ్చు. సో టెస్ట్ స్టార్ట్ అయ్యే ముందు ఓపెన్ URL రన్ చేసి ఆ తర్వాత దాని కోడ్ లోకి వెళ్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, నేను దీన్ని డైరెక్ట్ గా రన్ చేసేస్తాను. క్లోజ్ ఆల్ దిస్. ఇప్పుడు ఒక్క యానటేషన్ ఉందండి, ఇంకా యానటేషన్స్ ఏమీ లేవు. @test అనే యానటేషన్ ఒకటే ఉంది మనకి. ఓకే, ఐఎమ్ రన్నింగ్ దిస్. See what happens. See there? అయ్యి రన్ అయిపోతుంది చూసారు. సో మీరు ఏ యానటేషన్ రాయకపోయినా పర్వాలేదు, రాసినా పర్వాలేదు, సీక్వెన్స్ లో రాసినా పర్వాలేదు, మీకు ఏ యానటేషన్ కావాలో ఆ యానటేషన్ ఒకటే చూస్ చేసుకున్నా పర్వాలేదు. కానీ @test యానటేషన్ అనేది కంపల్సరీ అండి. ఫంక్షనల్ ఫ్లోలో మెయిన్ మెథడ్ అనేది ఉండదు. మెయిన్ మెథడ్ కంట్రోల్ తీసేసి ప్రతి మెథడ్ కి కంట్రోల్ ఇచ్చేసారు. ఆ మెథడ్ కి ముందు మీకు కావాల్సిన యానటేషన్ రాస్తే దానికి ఆ కంట్రోల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. సింపుల్. అర్థమైందండి? హలో గీత, స్వప్న, శ్వేత.
Yes, Mahesh.
Sure. So I'm going to ask you questions for sure then. Okay. Thanks everyone. Lavanya. Hello, Lavanya. Yeah, buddy. I'm sorry, yaar. I have to go into their footsteps and start upon. Okay. I don't know Tamil, but I have to come back to you on English only. So Lavanya, the procedural way for executing annotations are depending upon your requirements. Now, when you have to execute your annotations, you need to know what is your exact requirement, Lavanya. Now, in this example, which you are looking at for register mail register.java, you know that for running your registration process or completing your registration process, you need a URL in a browser to be opened, that is mail.in.com. Then only you can run your execution flow. When we talk about annotations inside a framework, the intention of designing or creating annotations is, in every .java file, control lies under a main method. Without a main method, normal .java program will not execute, because main method is a starting point. And if you have to run your program, you have to declare your main method and then run your code from there, or call your code from there. But Selenium guys, when they wanted to design annotations, they felt that main method is totally dependent. I mean, my Java class is totally dependent on main method. And if the main method is giving some problems, my program will stop executing, which is totally like, a unique controller, which they didn't want it to be. They wanted it to be the control given for every method according to your functionality, so that the control lies in the hands of every method. If you don't want a method to be executed, remove one annotation, that method will stop executing, but the entire program will run. That was the intention. Annotations were being introduced, Lavanya. Okay. Okay. Now, coming to which annotation is to be used at what point of time, they have segregated execution flow into different names, like a prerequisite to complete a specific requirement. When I say prerequisite, a preconditions, a set of environment to be created for making your test case to run smoothly. The example here is my registration process again. In my mail.in.com, I have to complete my registration process, for which I need to write the entire code snippet in one method only. Done. I agree. A method is created for me. A method name is register method. So for this method to execute smoothly, what is that I need? I need a browser and I need a URL. That is a precondition. So to satisfy that precondition, I can write it in a method again called open URL. That's what we have done. So I know when this method has to be executed, because I know the functionality. Open URL should always come before register method. Without open URL method, your register method will not run, because there will not be any browser and a URL. Understood? Now, this is how I know my functionality. Now, once my functionality is clear, now I start deciding which annotation to choose among the list. Now, starting with before suite annotation. Suite is a combination of more number of classes, Lavan. Now here there are no more classes here. There is only one class. The class name is, what is the name again? Mail underscore register. Scroll up. Here it is. Public class mail underscore register. This is my class name. Now this is the only class available. So suite is not an appropriate one. So that is the reason I didn't went for before suite. I repeat here, suite annotation is a combination of, it is to be used when there are more number of classes are listed and more number of classes are to be executed. Because it's a suite, a combination of classes. One or more classes combined together is called as a suite. So that's the reason I didn't went for before suite annotation. Done. What about before class? Before class is, before my class starts, if I want to do something, like if I want to connect to a database which is totally external to my functionality, nothing as such, I don't have to connect to any database here, and there isn't any external functionality to be covered here. I'm sorry. So that is the reason I didn't use it before class, because my functionality is achieved within the class itself. I don't want to go outside the class. So that's the reason I haven't used it before class at all. Now what about before method? Before method is an annotation which is to be used in before calling a method. Now I agree there are two methods, register and open URL. But these methods are independent on their own. There is no dependency. For these methods to execute, there need not to be, there isn't any need for me to create any environment setup. They are independent on their own. So that is the reason I made each method as independent and didn't made it dependent on before method annotation. So that is the reason I couldn't use before method annotation. So these three are out of the scope right now. It doesn't mean that you should not use. According to your functionality, you are not using them. Simple. It's up to your discretion. Okay. And we came to before test annotation. Now this is used because before my original test case, which is having the original functionality for my registration process, is to be executed, there is something that I need. That is a browser and a URL, which can be simply achieved through before test annotation, because names has been given in that format, so that you can follow that sequence. Where does your functionality fall? Where does your environment setup call will fall under? Go use that annotation on your behalf. So according to my discretion, I found that before test is an appropriate one. I don't have to go out of the scope right now. Oh yeah, Lavanya. Sorry, go ahead. You have a question? Yes, please.
Mahesh, actually you told me that before suit you use it when you have more number of classes. I just want to be clear, like here you use only mail underscore register, right? If suppose we are using 2 to 3 classes and the particular method is used in all the 3 classes, then you use that method under before suit, is it right?
For which what we do is we use something called as testing XML file. In here we call all the classes as a sequence. This one.
Okay.
Here we call more number of classes at a time.
Okay.
Okay. For which we use before annotation. See, annotations fall inside your classes only, Lavanya.
Okay.
Even if it is before suite also.
Okay.
Okay. But how do you combine classes together is not inside one class, because when you come back to mail register.java, it is again, as you said, it is only single class only.
Okay.
Even if you write here, before suite. Okay, here it is, my annotation. So I'll write public void connect database. Okay, this is what I want to do. Now this doesn't mean that you are combining classes here.
Okay.
When more number of classes are being executed, my compiler will go into each and every class and check for an annotation. Is there an annotation called before suite? If there is an annotation of such kind, it will execute this annotation first before all the classes are executed, and then we'll come back to each and every class in sequence according to your testng.xml file. Got it?
Yes, Mahesh.
So I repeat once again, when I say before suite annotation, it is not that you will be writing all the classes in one class. You will have your own classes separated. But if you include before suite class in one of those classes, Your compiler, once it execute all the batches, all the classes as a batch, it will go into each and every class independently and check for an annotation. Is there an annotation called before suite in any of the classes? Because my user is asking me to execute all the classes as a suite. If there is an annotation, as we wrote here, for connecting to database, it will first execute this annotation before it execute all the classes as a batch. Then it will come back. Got it? Lavanya? Okay. Hope you all got what annotations are here. Everybody, are we in the same sync regarding annotations in test ng? I suppose it's in test ng, not in J unit. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Lavanya. So, Geeta, Swapna, Sweta, Lavanya.
Mahesh, I have a doubt,
So,
Mahesh.
yes, please.
Yeah, if we are using more than one class, 2 to 3 classes, where should we give this before at the rate before suite? Anywhere in
That's what
in
I'm
those
saying.
classes?
You will give in any one of those classes here, or you can give in all the classes also.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
మనకి మొత్తం అన్ని క్లాసెస్ లో ఇచ్చేసిన ప్రాబ్లం లేదండి.
okay, yeah.
అది రన్ అయ్యే ముందు ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే అన్ని క్లాసెస్ ని రన్ చేసే ముందు వాటిలో బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ అనోటేషన్ ఉందో లేదో చెక్ చేసుకుంటుంది.
Okay.
ఆ బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ అనోటేషన్ దేంట్లోనే కనబడితే లేదా అన్నిట్లోనే కనబడితే ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఏదైతే మీరు టెస్ట్ ng.xml లో ఇస్తారు, ఇక్కడ కదా మనం బ్యాచెస్ అని కంప్లీట్ గా రాసేది.
అవునండి,
ఒకదాని తర్వాత ఒకటి రాసుకుంటూ వెళ్తాం కదా క్లాసెస్.
yeah.
అవునా? దీంట్లో ఫస్ట్ ఏ క్లాస్ ఇచ్చారో ఆ క్లాస్ లోపల ఉన్న బిఫోర్ స్వీట్ ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తుంది.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't mean that when you give a before suite annotation, it comes out of the class and then start working on. It will go in, it has to go inside the class only.
Okay.
So when you are supposed to execute all your classes in a sequence, if your compiler, that means your Selenium engine, if it looks at any annotation called before suite annotation before the classes are executed, it will first execute before suite annotation and the method inside that before suite annotation. Okay. Then it will come back again to all your classes independently. Okay?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, Lavanya, I'm doing that.
Muted. Unmuted.
So clear, everyone?
Muted. Unmuted.
Any questions here? Any questions? Please let me know. Suganya is missing here. Okay. So are we all clear regarding annotations? Why do we use annotations? What is the purpose of each and every annotation? Okay.
Mahesh, actually it would be more clear when we use all these annotations in a.
I will, dear. I will.
Yeah, I think.
I will give you a complete example and I will give you a real-time example also.
Yeah, I think by then we'll be very clear about this, all annotations.
Sure. I will give you a complete example on all the annotations.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mahesh.
Are we all clear regarding the theoretical concept of annotations?
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Yes, Mahesh.
I have 2 questions for everyone. I just wanted to reconfirm here. Don't mind. My first question is, I don't want to use any annotations at all. Even at the test also. How can I make it as a framework related code? First question. Please think wisely. You know how to do that. Everybody knows how to do that. I have a class wherein I don't want to use any of the annotations, but still I want to make this as a framework related annotation. First one. Second question is, what if more number of @test annotations inside one class? Those are my 2 questions. I want to know where you stand in terms of being a real-time implementation procedural flow. So first question is, I have a class wherein I don't have any annotation, even at the test also. No annotations are declared. Still, I want to use this as a framework related code. I can use it. There is a possibility. Second one, what if there are more number of at the rate test annotations in one class? Everybody says, what? Just now we understood about annotations. Again, you came back to point zero. Come on, you're unmute and talk. Where are you all? Hello? What is this unmute button? Okay, yeah, Geeta, Lavanya, Swapna, Sweta. Scold me if you want to, but this is a real-time implementation here, so now everyone understood the questions?
Yes,
Yes,
Mahesh.
Mahesh. Yeah.
Right, now start scolding. No problem. Say that Mahesh, hardly we came to know about annotation. Now you started it back again. You said so? I don't want to use any annotations inside the code. How can we reuse a single class in a class? A hint for you all. How can we use a single class and use it in another class? Oh, somebody might got an idea here. We have done this. How do we inherit?
Yeah. Yes, Mahesh. Yeah. Inheritation. Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped out there.
Yeah, we have to inherit.
I'm sorry.
We can do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Inheritance is the procedure that we do. Okay. So we will inherit one class in another class. So A and B are two classes. A is my parent class. B is the class where I'm inheriting A as a parent class. Okay. Inside A class, I will not have any annotation. But in B class, I will have an annotation written at the rate test, inside which I will call A method classes. A class methods, I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I'm muting now.
Muted.
Okay, let me give you an example, a small example which we're going to work on tomorrow for sure. I have class A methods without annotation. Okay, class B, one method. With at the rate test. Call all methods of class A using inheritance. Okay, got it, everyone? This is the answer for first question. Even if a class is not annotated with any of the annotations, I can still use that class for my testing purpose with annotations by inheriting that class into another class, whether it may be a parent class or a child class, whatever. Inheritance is so powerful concept which helps you in doing that. Annotations also accepts for that procedure. Okay? Got it, everyone? Oh, sorry.
Unmuted.
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
So that's the question. Second one, I'm not going to skip it now. I have two at the rate test annotations in my class. What will it have? What happens if I execute that? Okay. Let me go back to Eclipse. Okay. I'll remove this before switch here. Yeah. So inside this open URL, I give at the rate test again. See, it is accepting two at the rate test annotations. I'll just right click on this. Run as. Did I remove this call of open URL here? I have to remove open URL. Commenting this call and run it back. So we have two @test annotations in one single class. What's happening? How come my compiler know that first annotation is to be a browser, next annotation is to be a register? Because it is executing appropriately according to my functionality. Right, everyone?
Yes, Mahesh.
So how come my compiler is knowing that? I want you to do an R&D on this. So the R&D procedure starts in a way wherein you go to your Google page. I want everybody to answer me on tomorrow, okay? Okay, here is my Google page. I'll open up and say google.com. Inside your Google page, you'll just type testng4. Okay? testng4. Okay? Annotations. Please go through this. This is your testng binary, which will give you the list of annotations, or you can even go through those packages. Okay? I want everybody to answer me for the question saying I have two @test annotations in one single class, but priority has been given to a browser opening and then to your functionality. How is that possible? Because I told you the sequential execution flow of annotations always fall under this procedure. This one in the notepad, we have it, right? Before suite, before test, before class method, and then comes my test. How come if it is like two tests inside one class, how come it is justifying, how come it is knowing that the functionality is to be with the browser and then with the functionality is to be the original registration process? Okay? Will you do that? Everyone?
Yes, Mahesh.
Please, here, my humble request for everyone is, if you still don't understand, push me back on tomorrow, again ask me questions. I'll repeat this whole procedure, not an issue at all. But please, make yourself clear. These are the original annotations which you are going to work on a real-time basis. WebDriver implementation completely is on annotations, dependent on annotations. If you don't understand testng, you will not be able to get through with JUnit. I couldn't start JUnit today because I saw every answer, wrong answer from you. I want everyone to be clear on annotations, please. Okay?
Okay, Mahesh.
Okay. Okay. Well, nice to hear that you understood something about annotations, but please get back to me. And tomorrow I'm going to ask a few more questions. Please be prepared. Do an R&D on annotations, and I will ask you more questions on that. And today I'm going to send you one more document, which has almost like 100 interview questions. I have prepared it recently. I'm sharing that with you. Please go through those interview questions. Those are like almost covered. Selenium almost covered. Okay, and I'm going to add some more to that. If you go through this, I can firmly say that if you go through these interview questions, you can crack any of the interviews with almost like 70 to 80%. Okay, that's what I can say. Apart from that, it will be the remaining 30% of an interview will be on your project. So I will share the document to you on today, everyone. Okay. What else? Also, if you have time, please also intervene into JUnit annotations here. That would be a great help for me. If you guys have some time on tomorrow, instead of testng, JUnit 4. Some sample resume. Okay. Resume is well, I'll try, Lavanya. I mean, how many years of experience are you planning to? Because resume is a thing which will be independently created on, right? I mean, what is the need exactly for sample resumes, Lavanya? Yeah, please unmute and talk here.
Okay, actually, I don't have any experience in testing this one because I'm learning it for the first time. My experience is fully on Oracle PLSQL forms reports. So
Okay.
this is new to me. So that's why. So I at least I should have around 1 or 2 years of experience in that. Then only I can search a job related to this
I
one.
will help you out here. Then don't worry. I will help you out. I will share my resume if you want to. That's okay.
Oh, thank you so much, Mahesh.
Yeah, that's
So
okay.
just
You
for
don't
a
worry about it.
reference, yeah,
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it.
yeah.
Don't worry. I will help you out. I will help everyone in creating their CVs and their resumes.
Okay.
And in addition, I want everyone to be cracking interviews in a smoother manner. So please go through the document which I'm going to send you now. I have
Okay,
included
Mahesh.
almost all questions. So please, apart from the practical homework which you do, you need to be strong on theoretical concepts also. So that's why I have
Okay.
included some. You might not understand few questions because we are still on the go. Okay, with J unit also. And the next assignment which I'm going to give you is, apart from test engine, please go ahead with J unit annotations also. Just list out the annotations and learn what the annotations are about. We'll discuss them in detail tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, Mahesh.
Please don't let me down in answering on tomorrow's question there. Okay.
Sure, Mahesh. Okay.
Everyone. Ita, Swapna, Sweta.
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay. Okay. What happened? What's this answer? Hello. Hello. Swapna, Sweta.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh.
What happened here? Is there any problem with annotations?
No, Mahesh.
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nice. Then let's catch up on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yeah.
Okay then. Bye everyone.
Yeah. Bye, Mahesh.
Bye, Mahesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Mahesh. Bye.